Hello, namaste everybody. Welcome to the PinkPaisa Heartspace. We're going to be in conversation with our incredible wellness director today, Veechi Shahi, and I'm just going to invite her to join us and we can start. Hi everyone. So while we're waiting for Veechi to join us, I can share with you a little bit about her. She's our amazing wellness director. She has over 15 years of experience working with people all over the world, and she facilitates their journeys as they go closer to themselves and get a deeper relationship with themselves and a deeper understanding. And I'm just going to try to invite her one more time. Seems to not be functioning. Just one moment. She should be with us shortly. Hi, Veechi.
Hello.
Hello. I'm so happy to be here with you today in the PinkPaisa Heartspace. Thank you for joining.
Same here, my dear. I'm so happy that we are here together on this platform.
Yes, yes, yes. It is really special, especially since we've had such a nice relationship and gotten to know each other for so many years now. It is nice for me to be here with you today.
Do
So,
you hear me well and see me well?
yes,
Yes?
yes, I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I, I see your head is cutting little bit. So maybe I see
Is it better?
yes, yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay. And
yes.
you hear me
Yeah.
fine, right?
Very well.
Okay. So I was just
Mm.
introducing you a little bit to everybody who's here with us right now. I was telling them that you
Mhm.
have over 15 years of experience working with people, facilitating their journeys as they go deeper with themselves. Would you like to share anything about this journey of yours and this wonderful work that existence has gifted to you?
Yes, it's more than 2 decades that I'm on this path of finding myself, actually falling in love with myself every day more.
Yeah.
And it started with that curiosity to understand my own self, who am I, seeing my shadows. And it was an organic search. I didn't really plan to have this search. I think it's a common search in all of everybody, all human beings.
Yes.
And yes, and I was just tuning in with my inner voice. And till date, I'm tuning in this with this voice, and it keeps guiding me to discover life more beautifully, meet amazing people, learn, grow, evolve,
Yes.
and share what I have to share. And especially now in India, we are doing a whole lot of things with Pink Pesa. You know that we are bringing this wealthness together about women's wealth and wellness. So this has been my personal journey too.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
yes, thank you for sharing. And
Mm.
as you said, it was a natural kind of discovery and it was a natural process for you. And speaking of the topic that we have decided to talk about today, which is love
Yeah.
and freedom, this is actually that is something that has come to me like from the very beginning, this balance between love and freedom. It was a
Yeah.
question I asked myself often, and it I think it's very relevant to the lives of many women, how to balance this. So would you please
Yes.
share your thoughts on your own journey and your own discovery between these two beautiful energies?
Yes. Being raised in India, we come from a culture and a conditioning which is very beautiful. Yet it has this catch, which really doesn't make us independent. So we grow up beautiful, but I always feel there's something missing in this growth. So there is a lot of energy given to the feminine aspects of our being. However, there is a less energy given into the masculine aspects of our being. So as I was growing up, I realized that there was always this quest in me to be more free.
Yes.
So very late in my life, I learned for me to be able to really love myself more, to be free, I will have to be independent,
Yes.
not only emotionally, but also financially. And then somehow existence starts to conspire and brought all amazing experiences in my life to learn this. And I'm still learning. And I understand the life becomes more beautiful as I understand this love that I've been looking outside. I had to connect with this energy inside.
Yes. Yeah.
And I can celebrate this more in my life today because there's also an understanding of what is freedom and how a woman raised in a beautiful culture in India can learn to be free and really enjoy her being even more.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's interesting what you say about for Indian women, there is also this conditioning of dependence, and to, we don't learn how to explore this aspect of being free and
Yes.
being independent. And,
Mm.
but at the same time, for Western women, there's a different set of conditioning. So,
Yes.
they deal with different challenges and they need to approach it in a slightly different way. Do you have anything to
Yes.
share about that?
Yes, because what happened in the West when I'm working here also, I understood that women here took their financial independence really seriously.
Yes.
They were raised with an understanding that you have to be financially independent. So the whole focus went into surviving and being financially independent. So somewhere they had to compromise in their emotional and mental well-being. And it has created, like in the West, women went to one extreme, and in India, we are still raising our daughters and younger generations, telling them, which I keep repeating again and again, we are telling our girls that you are being raised to grow up and find the right match
Right.
for your marriage,
Right.
not really grow up and live your life to the fullest and take responsibility of your life. So in India, we went into another extreme.
Right.
So this is the balance that I have been learning and sharing with all the women globally.
Right.
And especially now in India, like, you all are new generation. And to talk about money, it has been a very sensitive topic for us.
Right.
We women were raised and said, women don't talk about money.
Yeah, I think not
Yes,
only just talk about money, but it's this almost even asking for money is a taboo. All over the world, women are not even not just India, all over the world, women are not paid equal to men. So I think
yes,
there is, the conditioning is like a lot deeper when it comes to money and women. And I feel like there's a lot of, work to be done on that, which is why I think Pink Pesa
yes,
is has a really beautiful role to play in all of this, where you
yes,
combine helping financial independence along with this wellness aspect. So
Yes.
speaking of these two sort of polarities, we start, I feel, we many of us, we start this journey thinking that love and freedom are opposites, and it's almost like an either or. Many
Yes.
times in my life, relating with people, getting deeper into love relationships, or even just other kinds of personal relationships with mothers, friends, we start thinking that we need to either choose love or choose our freedom, that I can be myself
Yes.
in totality, or I can, be in this melting space of love. And something I struggle with, which I think is not unique to me, I think many women I've spoken to have this concern, which is,
Mm.
how do I maintain my own strength in my own center and still allow my heart to melt in a love relationship? Do you have any tips for us?
You know, you answered the question yourself, Vanshika. You're a wise young woman. That I always appreciate you for your wisdom. That yes, melting. What is this melting in love? Melting in love is not coming from the space of weakness. Melting in love is a powerful space of a woman, that she can tune in to her heart and be vulnerable and show her heart and her feelings to the person she is feeling love towards. So now if we're talking about love towards the family, or we're talking about the love towards the partner, there are many different, ways we express our love, and to different people we express it differently. So if we understand, we equate melting in love or being in love or feeling love with weakness, then there is this mindset which comes, and this whole personality which comes, like dying and being victim
Yes,
of love.
so
You
right.
know,
Yeah,
in
so
the
right.
Hindi movies, we watch in all the
Yeah,
movies all the times.
Bollywood
So
drama. Yes,
they're the Bollywood drama, that even Hollywood to an extent, everywhere in the media, we are
yes,
like that little lost girls.
yes,
But no, with all the education that you have today, with all the experiences and the exposure that a woman has today, how can she pretend to not know? And I feel, just to embrace that knowing, just to embrace your wisdom, your fire, that gives you a lot of power.
yeah, yeah. That's
And then this takes you on a journey of freedom, which means you choose your partner, you choose your career, you make life choices, and trust in yourself.
yeah. I think this is two very nice things you said, Vichi. One of them is that you need to learn how to trust yourself.
Yes,
And the other thing you said is that the feeling of melting is not weakness. But
no,
I
yes,
think many of us, we tend to create many stories around this when we feel this sense of surrender, or we feel this deep,
yes,
let go or melting, and we experience that through someone
yes,
else. We forget also that this is our own ability to love. It is our own
yes,
strength and our own ability to
yes,
surrender to this. Yeah, this is so beautiful that you said this.
yes. And I wanted to add on something here. You know what happened in our culture, in our country? We didn't speak about love sitting around the round table, our dining tables, and discussing about relationships or our women's sexuality, or this is like has been taboo. There are very few families that I know, they talk this consciously, and they're talking to the coming generations about these things. So we've really not had any role models here.
Right.
So how are we going to learn to embrace this amazing emotion that we have in our being, in our lives of love? So there's this hush hush, and then there is all these negative conditioning around that. And that is what if we look into it, we can shift.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think also, what happens also for my personal experience, apart from the
mm,
conditioning that comes up when you are in relating, there's also a fear that comes up when you are,
yeah,
in deep love. And so it's always been like, I've always wondered, where is all this fear coming from? Because we are taught to believe that when you love someone, you can't be afraid. And if you are feeling this sense of fear, something's not right. But I have a
yeah,
feeling that that's not necessarily true. And it is possible that the fear is actually pointing us in a direction that can help us. So, would you like to
yes,
share anything about this?
yes. This fear is the fear to show yourself or to see yourself in a vulnerable and a very open space.
Right.
And this takes a lot of courage. And this becomes easier if you have been working on yourself consciously. And there is a support system where you can come in contact with your shadows, with your darkness, learn to observe this mind, because what happens? We don't really share our darkness with others. We put on this makeup and we say, I have a perfect life.
Right.
And that's how I'm better than you.
Yeah.
This is what we women
Yeah.
do. You
Comparison.
know, I have a perfect life.
Yes.
But really, is that the truth?
Yes.
Are we openly sharing with our best girlfriends even that what is the crisis or the insecurities that we go through?
Yeah.
But fear is the part of this growing journey. It shouldn't stop us to love others or ourselves more. It should just support us to see what is holding us back.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, on this journey of learning how to love yourself, Veechi, has there been any meditation or any specific technique that you have used that has been really dear to your heart and you feel can help everyone who's listening to us today can also benefit from maybe trying this? Would you like to share?
Yes, for me, what came naturally has been exploring my body with the movement.
Mm.
When I was much younger, I really enjoyed dancing a lot. I still enjoy dancing, being in nature. And also for me, came very naturally is called sharing meditation, being open and sincere to the other. And this has given me a lot of power. This has inspired me a lot. I feel to be able to show my vulnerable self, to really look through. And now I'm practicing some deeper practices of sitting in silence and maybe doing some vigorous shaking
Yeah.
to be able to settle and watch my thoughts. They are beyond what my mama was saying, or they are beyond what my culture has been dictating about women, or beyond what my beloved man is saying. There is something deeper. And we all have to tune into that voice to find what is it that I want,
Yeah.
how I want to create my life.
Right.
Yeah, your mama should not be giving you a guide and saying, especially for the younger generations, I say this again and again, your mama shouldn't be giving you a guide and saying, this is how you should live your life. Each one of us create our own book and you create your rules, especially if you're an adult. Yeah,
Yes. Yes. So that's like a few nice things you shared, Vichi, about trusting yourself once again and creating your own rules. And the other
yeah,
thing that I think is really nice that you shared about the shaking and the dancing. And
yes,
the reason I like that so much too, it's my favorite thing is dancing. And for
yeah,
me, as a woman, also, I think it's really important because it connects me deeper to my body. And
Yes.
I think a lot of us women, we have this conditioning that about the way the body should look and what the body is, supposed to be this beautiful object that's meant
Yes.
to, be perfect and attractive, and, all these
Yes.
words, all these adjectives that everyone expects you to embody all the time. That I think a lot of us forget that our bodies are useful for something else also, and that is enjoying, this life. And I think
Yes.
dancing, like you said, is a really amazing way to do that, to connect with yourself and connect with your body. And that's
Yes, it depends on what age you are in because we have a vast audience who is connecting with us. So, whatever feels right for you, if you are of that mindset that you enjoy walking, then that's good for you too.
right.
So, whatever connects you with your body,
Yeah.
whether it's your yoga, whether it's whatever, by eating correct things, like taking care of yourself, taking responsibility of your life. And this is very important for the culture from where we come from, where we were raised and said, first, your daddy takes care of you. Then your husband will take care of you. And then your son will take care of you.
Right.
Two, really owning and understanding that I am a human being and I got to take care of myself.
Right.
I need to love myself first and do everything that is needed for that.
Yeah.
And freeing oneself from that thought process, that caging, conditioned, victim thought process of that I have to be in a certain way to live my life, that is also a very big freedom.
Yeah. Would you like to share a little bit more about this victim conditioning? And because
Yeah,
I feel it goes very well with our topic today of,
yeah,
exploring both love and freedom. You have to start believing that you're worthy, and you have to start believing in
yes,
yourself and get out of this sort of, oh, I'm not good enough, or this
yeah.
sense of like, uh, just being a victim of circumstances. So I would love to hear.
So say, for me, you are my brilliant star. That, you have taken your life, like you're responsible. You're young, you're responsible, you're doing what you want to do in your life, and you are learning. So there is not this thought process. The more of us and the younger generation, faster they realize that if you want to make choices in your life, number one, what you're expecting from others, that they love you, give you this attention, you need to start giving it to yourself. Really rise, do everything that you need. And that's why we have PinkPaisa as a platform for women of all ages to come together and invest in themselves, whatever you need to feel powerful, to feel your beauty, to feel your essence, to feel your creativity. And then you're more than just this physical color of your skin.
Right.
And the more you tune in with your own challenges, the more you live your desires, fail and rise and fail and take ownership of your life, more real you become,
Yeah.
more fun and more magnetic you become, more magnificent you become.
Yes.
And this has to shift inside.
Mm.
Yeah. And then freedom happens. You realize that, oh my God, I was sitting with this thought that I can't really live my life being in a certain way. But actually, you understand, wow, existence is supporting me all the time, and I am creating my life so beautifully.
Yes.
And you see this in other women.
Yes.
So when I'm here, I also understand there are these hundreds of women that I have worked with. They're standing in a circle with me and they're holding me together and saying, Veechi, you are shaky in front of the camera to show your light, but don't shy away. We all are with you, and we rise together then. And the journey becomes easy, especially from the culture that we are coming from, where we are very shy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love what you said, Veechi, about, learning how to give this love to yourself. I think
Mm.
that's a really, really important lesson. I think it has been for me too, because I think this is a issue that's, it's universal, not just women from a certain place, men, women.
Mm.
I think everyone struggles with
Yes.
understanding that, it is your responsibility in a way to love yourself.
Yeah.
You cannot, you know be dependent on someone else for love, although it is beautiful, that
Yes.
reflection. But
We share love. We
yes.
rise in love. But Vanshika, the thing is, we are opening up this conversation, which has been a taboo in our country. Not really many people talk about this. In the, last week I had this podcast and I was telling somebody that it is said, I was talking to my neighbor and she always said, my son need to graduate, get a job, and then he should look and fall in love.
Yeah, like it's a
And I said,
timeline.
it is a timeline. I said, how is it possible? And there's the biggest challenge that we have. A whole lot of young people I'm coaching, it is so difficult for them to even allow themselves to relate,
Yeah.
because this whole agenda of that, the idea, the culture conditioning that we have, that anyone that I speak to, going back into that arranged marriage mindset, this has to shift somewhere. And this will happen biologically. We are ready to explore at much younger age.
Right.
So this has to somewhere being owned, we have to be true to ourselves. So if your mama is not telling you, you can be honest because you are young and you feel your body, you understand your emotions. You can be talking about yourself. And I feel this is taking responsibility. This is freeing yourself from the conditioned mindset of how you're being raised.
Yes.
Because you don't listen to anyone anyways. You want to do what you want to do.
Right.
So why not take charge of your emotions, about loving yourself, about inspiring and doing things that you need to do for yourself?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so true. Yeah.
Yes.
For sharing. Thank you. Um, do you still hear me? Because somehow your connection is a little shaky. I don't see you anymore.
Do you see me now?
I'm not sure if it's for everyone like this, but for me, it's a little pixelated, but
Yeah.
it seems to be getting better. It seems, I
Yeah.
think maybe it will get better soon.
I hope it gets better. Than what to do. The gods of technology have to bless us.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Yes.
So, Veechi, speaking of this wonderful connection of yourself, which,
Mm.
empowers you to go deeper in exploring love and freedom, would
Yeah.
you like to do a quick few minutes of guidance where everyone who's watching us right now can just take a moment, take some deep breaths, and tune in with themselves?
Sure, we can do this. Yes.
Yes.
So this is just for this session. So I'm inviting you, if you're around here or you're going to log in and watch us later, I would say you can take a moment and dive in yourself, in your belly. It helps to bring your palms to your belly to feel your breath. It's coming to a rest. Maybe your left palm can be at your heart center. right to your belly. And coming home into your body as you connect with your breath. As we tune in into our bodies, into our breath, we can watch our mind, different thoughts that are arising in this moment. And the more we do this, the more we learn about our belief systems that we carry about ourselves, who you are. What has your culture taught you about being a woman? What you have learned from your mama, from your daddy, from the society in general about yourself. And you also connect with different sensations, different feelings arising with different thoughts. The more you allow yourself to be in this present moment, you dive in and you find out that in this space of being here, you are at peace with yourself. There's a lot of acceptance to who you are. With all your strengths, with all your challenges, with all your light, with all your darkness. So honoring this, you're freeing yourself from a belief system that you have to be in a certain way. To be a woman that you are. The more you allow yourself to tune in with your inner voice, with the inner guide, more you will realize that you're perfectly fine. And journey to love and freedom begins in finding these amazing values within yourself, through the others. Yes, you can open your eyes.
Thank you, Veechi.
Thank you, Vanshika.
Thank you for this.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you, everyone who's joined us today to enjoy this PinkPaisa Heartspace. We really appreciate you being here with us. Thank you. We hope you enjoyed it, and especially this wonderful guided session with Veechi. And we would love to see you again soon. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, stay in contact with us, and we will have a lot more sharings here. And whatever you need, it's all here. So reach out to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Bye, Veechi. Thank you.
Bye. Yes.